So last night, at the debate, by the time you're watching this, it's a few nights ago now, but even Cory Booker had a moment where he kind of dunked on Joe Biden. Now, I watched the debate twice. The second time I watched the debate, I had a little bit of a different interpretation. The first time I thought Biden was just getting bodied everywhere. The second time I watched it, I thought, no, he actually had some decent rebuttals, like half the time that he was being bodied. And they hit him so much, you almost felt kind of bad by the end of it, almost like a little bit sympathetic towards him, because sometimes the attacks were just really bad. But this actually wasn't one of those instances. This was an instance where I think Cory Booker successfully bodied Joe Biden. This was on the issue of immigration and deportations. There were protesters who popped up in the debate and were screaming 3 million deportations, 3 million deportations. Now, that represents the number of deportations under the Obama administration, and of course, Biden was VP for Obama. So, now we all know Biden nonstop hawks Obama, talks about Obama. Like half of his campaign is just bringing up Obama to remind people, if you like him and me, I'm go for me. If you liked him, I was the VP, remember? So he always takes credit for Obama. Well, soon as that's inconvenient, he does the opposite. And he gets caught on that. So let's take a look and then we'll discuss.
But I don't hear an answer from the vice president. I'm confused. I asked the vice president point blank, did he use his power to stop those deportations? He went right around the question. Mr. Vice President, you want to be president of the United States. You need to be able to answer the tough questions. I guarantee you, if you're debating Donald Trump, he's not going to let you off the hook. So did you say those deportations were a good idea? Or did you go to the president and say, this is a mistake, we shouldn't do it? Which one?
I was vice president. I am not the president. I keep my recommendation in private. Unlike you, I expect you would go ahead and say whatever was said privately with him. That's not what I do. What I do say to you is he moved to fundamentally change the system. That's what he did. That's what he did. But much more has to be done. Much more has to be done.
I still don't hear an answer.
Senator Booker, please respond.
Well, a couple things. First of all, Mr. Vice President, you can't have it both ways. You invoke President Obama more than anybody in this campaign. You can't do it when it's convenient and then dodge it when it's not. And the second thing, and this really irks me because I heard the Vice President say that, if you got a PhD, you can come right into this country. Well, that's playing into what the Republicans want, to pit some immigrants against other immigrants. Some are from shithole countries and some are from worthy countries.
And so the fact is that there's a lot we've done. But here's the deal. The fact is that we're talking about things that occurred a long, long time ago. And now all of a sudden, you know, I find it fascinating. Everybody's talking about how terrible I am on these issues. Barack Obama knew exactly who I was. He had 10 lawyers do a background check on everything about me on civil rights and civil liberties. And he chose me and he said it was the best decision he made.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
That's so precious. Literally, during the debate, early on, when it's 3 million deportations, and he's always hawking Obama, but all of a sudden the 3 million deportations, he's like, Obama? Obama who? Who are we talking about? I don't know Obama. Y'all know Obama? Who's Obama? I didn't even hear that name before, bro. Obama. That's weird. Obama. And even Cory Booker called him out on it, man. Cory Booker. When you get bodied by Cory Booker, that's like losing to the Washington Generals. Ugh. And then later on in the night, he goes right back when he's in a corner again. What does he do? You just saw it. He goes right back to, everybody's criticizing my criminal justice record, which is absolutely abysmal, and that's obvious. But, hey, man, Obama liked me. You just did the thing that you were doing the opposite of with the 3 million deportations. And I like how one of his responses was, bro, that was a long time ago. You've been reliably on the wrong side of really important issues, and the only thing you can come up with is but Obama, and come on, bro, it was a long time ago. But why would we go with somebody who's been wrong? We can go with somebody who was right about those things. I mean, that's such a weird, it was a long time ago. Yeah, but a long time ago, Bernie was right. So it's not, he just wants to wash it away. He just wants to shut up criticism without having any even remotely convincing responses. And I guarantee you, Obama's somewhere watching these debates, cringing like a motherfucker, going, "Oh, stop bringing me up." Somebody made a good point on Twitter. I think it was Mehdi Hassan. Somebody said, "Yeah, he picked you because you had a checkered background on those issues." Because Obama thought, "Hey, man, I have the opportunity to be the first black president here. I need to balance the ticket. So I'm not going to go with a woman. That's too much, too many minorities on the ticket for a lot of people Obama feared. So let me go with the white Democrat who has a checkered background on a lot of these racial issues so that I can get those white working class voters that might otherwise abandon me, but now they'll vote for me because they see I picked their boy." I mean, it's certainly not beyond Obama to make a political calculation like that. So just understand that, man. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Biden is, equal to or worse than the Republicans. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is he's had a lot of really terrible votes, a lot of really bad votes. And he has no convincing response for them. This reminds me of when Tulsi destroyed Kamala, and then Kamala, after the debate, all she had to say to the media when Tulsi exposed her terrible criminal justice record was, "Tulsi's an Assad apologist." Let's just be clear, man. Kamala Harris laughed at the idea of legalizing marijuana in 2014. Her Republican opponent supported it. She laughed at it. Kamala supports civil asset forfeiture, which is legalized robbery by cops. Those are really bad things when you have no response. She fought to keep people in prison who were wrongfully imprisoned. That's insanity. She fought on technicalities, too. So I don't know how we got to Kamala and Tulsi Gabbard. I digress from that. Bottom line is, Joe Biden and Kamala, they don't have solid responses for criticisms against them, so they just implode. And all Biden has is "but Obama," and a long time ago, bro. Really long time ago. Get over it.